Hi. Oh my gosh, that went fast.
It was a very quick 10 seconds.
Oh my gosh, I was just setting everything up because I'm getting very excited for our special guest that we have today.
Still in my jacket because it's cold in here. I'm singing Wonderwall for the Oasis fans.
Get excited, everybody. I'm glad you're with us. Thanks for joining. I see people are starting to join right now because we've got a special guest who's coming in just a little bit.
The real talent.
Oh, he's standing off to the side. I'm so excited to see him. Now he looks embarrassed. That's my goal. We're going to have our director, Nick, joining us shortly because he is going to show us some of his amazing skills, his percussion skills. We talked about Nick yesterday. Remember, he's part of that band that won that national award. So we're talking about him coming up and with him coming up. We're also going to talk about Labor Day travel and the Bills.
Yes, big day for the Bills. They have to cut it down to the 53-man roster by 4 o'clock today. Actually, Adam Schefter, he's going to be a busy man today for ESPN. He just tweeted that they released Ben DiNucci.
Oh, boy.
So that's one of the quarterbacks that they were working with. So our team did predict it'll probably be Josh Allen and Mitch Trubisky who are going to be on the team. So it looks like that'll end up being the 2 quarterbacks. We'll talk more about all that stuff. But I'm here for Ed this morning, so I'm glad I get to say good morning to my cuppies. Not always that I get to hang out with you guys. Peter's here, Kim's here, MB's here.
Hi, Mom.
Curly's here, Susan's here, Michaela, Debbie, Kristen, Lori, Danielle. Lori says good morning. Howard Flynn says good morning, kids.
Glad to have everybody in. Okay, so let's first start with the American Legion Band. Zach, who's producing, if you could just bring up that video of our talented Nick, who's part of this band. And then in the meantime, we can change our camera shot and bring Nick on in. So this is the band. Come on in, Nick. We're going to bring you right over here.
They won first place. It was a national competition, right?
It was a national competition. We're going to hear so much more about it. Your mic's on?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. So if you look in this band, you can't quite see Nick right now. Let's wait till there's a big wide shot, and then maybe we could be like, there you are in the back, right?
Yeah. right in the back left corner when they take that fuller shot again out there.
All right, so Nick, tell us everything. First off, your name and where you grew up.
Well, I'm Nick Ellian. I have been directing here at Channel 7, and I grew up in Hamburg, New York. So
a local. We've got a local here. Okay.
St. Bonaventure grad, right?
St. Bonaventure grad. Yeah, for all the locals out there.
Nice.
About an hour south of here.
And how did you get involved in music? How long have you been playing?
I've been playing since 4th grade. I got my start on piano, and I have loved it ever since. I've been playing jazz. I play the concert band music, like you see, like you just saw on there.
Yeah.
And so. Yeah, 4th grade, kind of fell out of it a little bit at the start of college, but then really got back into it during, the middle of my college years.
Super
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
So how'd you get involved in the American Legion Band?
So my old high school band director, not Matt Cool, the one before Matt Cool, he actually, Mike Shaw, he used to direct the Legion Band. And so he brought me in for the 100th anniversary competition that we
Were
did.
you Hamburg High School or Frontier?
Frontier.
Okay, yeah.
Frontier. And so they needed another percussionist. I said, come on in, come help us. And so I planned to do it for a long time. And then COVID hit. And then there wasn't any Legion Band for a little while. Then I went off to school. But then as I left school, I realized I wanted to keep doing it again.
Okay.
So,
going into this competition, what was your mindset? I mean, for you guys to win the whole thing, that's a pretty big deal.
And who were you up against? Too?
Yeah.
So we were up against 3 other bands for this competition.
Okay.
One from Kansas City, one from Joliet in Illinois, and then there's one other I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
But we were up against 3 other bands. So and they were really good bands too, for sure. It was stiff competition.
Okay. What do you think made you guys come out on top? Probably your percussion.
I think the percussion plays a huge part in it, though, in all seriousness, because you're the people keeping everybody in track almost. You're the conductor aside from the conductor.
Yeah.
So we had 7 percussionists go. And so we all played, I think, a huge part in keeping everybody on track and where they need to be.
Okay, so we told Nick he can't drum on the desk because the desk is relatively new and we'll get in trouble. So I brought in all these books. Okay, so what can you show us? Just kind of because I said, Nick, what can you bring in something just to show us or do a little demonstration for us? And of course, he obliged because he's a nice guy.
Right, naturally.
The grip is important, right? The way you grip, there's a special way to hold the sticks.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there's this way, which is called match grip. And this is the way they teach a lot of kids nowadays. But there's also this way where you put this in between these two fingers here,
Okay.
and that's called traditional grip.
Oh.
And that's the way that, I mean, when you talk about drummers and, you know, like past wars and like drum and fife type of stuff.
Yeah.
And in a lot of marches too.
Here, Katie.
Oh, we're gonna try this now with pens. Oh,
Okay.
this is good, Taylor.
This is match.
You're coming prepared, Taylor.
Oh.
Which one's the other one? Do the other
Okay.
like that.
And then this one well, you could do it this way. I prefer to keep this one in match grip.
Oh boy, you've got two going on
I
here.
have two
Oh,
going
wait,
on.
Okay.
But you can't, not bad. That's pretty much what I'm doing.
Oh,
And a lot of people put them in between their thumb and this finger too. I feel
Okay.
it's more comfortable this way.
okay.
But and then you could do a 5-stroke roll. One of the pieces we played during the competition was largely based percussion wise on a 5-stroke roll.
Okay.
And so you basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just let the stick bounce on whatever surface you're playing on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to try it?
Oh.
One more time. One more time.
Yeah, do that.
So 1, 2 with this hand, with the right hand,
Uh-huh.
another 2 with the left hand, and then one more with the right hand.
Am I
One.
doing this one right?
Yeah.
No, you had it this way. Oh, you have it. Oh.
I have it in between my thumb
Oh.
and this finger.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect.
Perfect. Do you hear that, Mom? Okay, Nick, show us your actual skills because I feel like you could just like be like. Brrr.
I mean, there's also the whole stroke or the whole note roll. I hear it a little bit.
So
coming
then,
through.
as you're doing that, everybody's kind of following along with what you're doing.
Right.
Ah.
This is the whole note. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that really does, because you get a pulse, you know, like anything, you need a heartbeat to it. And
What
so
about
will get
this?
a heartbeat. What, like this?
Yeah, when does that come in? Yeah,
if we had a rock piece that we were playing,
yeah,
that
a rock
might be-
piece. Yeah.
that might be useful.
You don't just take it upon yourself to be like, this is my moment.
no. If you do that, you're done.
Your time in the band has been great, but you're out of here now. Yeah, that's what you're here.
Right.
Okay, so
So you got it.
Howard said it'd be hard to have nails for this. Shirley says
Yes.
music is awesome. Is that true? Really? It's hard to have nails?
I mean, I have never had nails for this, but I
Fair.
would assume so because it would get in the way, probably of how
Interesting.
you're
Can you do
holding the
this,
stick,
the thing like where you? Oh,
like this.
yeah, like.
Good
I'm
job.
not, I am not. I'm about as good as you are at it.
You're better than me at it.
Howard says everything in music is all about counting. Peter says this is like having Mick Fleetwood here. This is great. Linda says she loves a drummer. Melly's on board with this. And then Carol says good morning to everybody. Okay, so Nick, what comes next for you guys in the band?
So we might not play another competition for a couple years. It depends.
I'm getting fired.
Guess who's out of the band, Taylor?
We'll just ignore that.
Like, oh, me.
But we'll play our winter season, so we'll play.
Can
around
people
Western
come
New York.
actually watch you play?
Absolutely.
And where do you have any concert dates set up yet, or will you let us know when they are?
I can absolutely let you know when they are.
Yeah.
Let the
There's
cuppies know.
probably some set up. What was that?
We got to let the cuppies know. The cuppies will come out in full force.
Oh,
What kind
I
of
am sure.
What kind of places do you play at? Like, is it at Legions or different things, or?
It really depends. We've played little small venues for retirement homes,
Oh,
or
nice.
we've played Canal Fest. And
Oh,
I mean, for I don't even know how many people, but you look out and it's you see that sea of people out on the stage. So it really varies, but I'm sure there's some dates set up already. Maybe not all of them. I'd have to look into that, but yeah, we'll be playing around Western New York for the rest of the season.
Julie says drumming is the most complicated instrumental accomplishment because it has a little bit of everything. It's like studying to be a veterinarian compared to a human doctor. A vet tech has to learn multiple body types.
Yeah, you have to really make sure that you're in line, because if you're out of beat for 1 second, then that throws everybody else off, and then it messes the whole thing. Do you ever get nervous when you're going into especially competitions and big performances like this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you watch the video, and I'll say this to the cuppies because I'm sure they will.
Safe space, safe space.
This is a safe space. Yeah, exactly.
But if you go on YouTube, American Legion HQ is the YouTube page, and if you watch the video, the third piece we played, there's really no counting. It's really based on feel, and I'm playing the chimes at the start, and then it's basically just chimes and flute, and you're really just trying to feel where each other are during that. And so
Seems very
and-
complicated.
it's very complicated
Yeah.
because you just have to know the people around you, and you'll see what I'm talking about if you go watch the video.
Okay.
But that's the type of stuff that makes me more nervous, I feel
Yeah.
like, or makes all of us more nervous,
Yeah.
is when you don't know what's coming.
I have another question about percussion. Do you get to be the cymbal person ever? I feel like I
My
could.
favorite part of the
I
national
know. I feel like
anthem.
I could be good at that. Yeah.
good stuff.
Absolutely.
You get to do that.
We all do. And that's the thing about percussion too that I think people don't realize is that we all play every instrument pretty much. There's not just a mallet player or a snare
Love to
player.
hear percussion.
Turn the beat around.
That's my theme song.
Yeah, right.
but you really are a team when you're up there and you're sharing a lot of parts and there's so many moving pieces. So it really takes a great amount of coordination, not unlike news.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair.
you're setting the tone, you're setting the pace for us back there in the director's booth, you know, letting us know he's the one, by the way, behind the scenes who's moving everything along and making sure you can see the whole show and us and get the shots right and hear us and all that good stuff. So you really know about, you know, keeping everybody in line and making sure that things look good.
Julie says you get to hide behind the instrument. You don't have to be in front. More cowbell. Jim says I have nerves every time I play anywhere anymore. I begin to get shaky when I play. Yeah, I feel like that would be me. We had
That was during the cheese stacking competition.
the
Katie.
cheese stacking
like-
competition. Oh my God, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. I played the
know.
piano when I was younger, and I remember that we had to memorize our pieces. Do you memorize your pieces, or do you guys read music while you do it?
We read music, but there's certainly parts you have to memorize.
Yeah.
And if you're a pianist, a lot of times you are memorizing because it doesn't look good when the music is up there.
That was and so okay. That's my piano teacher at the time. Kind of felt the same way, and I'm like, really though, because like, aren't I trying to like just play this? And don't we all know that that's like what the story is here? I was so nervous because I had to memorize it. I mean, I was sweating bullets. Like my mom could tell you, it was like not a good day for me. So I always wanted my music in front of me because I feel like it's a little bit of a safe.
Oh yeah, I did
my
theater.
prompter.
Exactly. I did theater in high school, and like that's the toughest thing. You know, you prepare, you practice a million times, but then you walk out there and like the lights are on and everyone's sitting there, and you're like, okay, it's time to
Right.
like get out there and go.
I have a
But, mean, you
question.
guys crushed it,
Do you know Deborah, who's blowing you a kiss?
Deborah Moran.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That's my mom.
Okay.
Deborah Moran, if you want to give her some love, cuppies, that's my mom in the comments.
Okay, so that's Nick's
Thanks,
mom. I
Dad.
was like, boy, I hope as I pull up this comment, Nick knows the lady is blowing him a kiss. And he does. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
We're so
That's
proud to have him
awesome.
on our team, and we're so excited for him. This has been so great.
Oh my gosh, wait, did you see what Peter said? We're going to start a band, Cubby Band. Nick on drums, Katie on piano, I'm on vocals. Ed's not allowed.
I've got news for you guys. This is not going to be a successful band. You might want to go like take on your solo
You can bring
career
your sheet
somewhere else.
music. We're not going to make you memorize the piano.
Oh, okay. Now it's going to be great. then.
Yeah.
I feel like Ed could definitely be the MC for the band. For
Yeah,
sure.
he
He
can-
could be
he
the
can-
guy who like sets the tone.
Oh, do you know that Ed always says if he didn't do this, you know what he says his job would be? Cruise director.
Which
Can you
would
not
be
see that?
fantastic.
Oh my God.
Good morning.
Hello, everybody. Like, okay,
Oh
there's
my
the
God.
cruise director.
And Aaron
again.
can play guitar for us.
That's true. Mankowski's good at this stuff.
and
too.
his son can join in too because his son's a percussionist.
Yeah.
so.
True.
Very good.
Okay, I think we can take this. We can take this global. Let's go.
we
into
did
it.
a fantastic promo where Mankowski was playing his
We got to bring
guitar.
that back up out of the
What
archives.
did he say again? I hope
I don't even
you have a
remember.
Merry Christmas or something. Aaron, Aaron, what'd you say in that promo that was so funny where you were playing the guitar? Was it like, I hope you have a Merry Christmas? Is that what it was? He can't hear me. You know
There he
that you
comes,
know
there
that promo we did that was so funny where you were like playing the guitar and then you were like, I hope you have a Merry Christmas.
Hope you have a rockin' holiday season.
A rockin'
And
holiday
holiday
season.
Holiday
I'm gonna
season.
pull that out at one of these.
Oh
Legion
yeah, we need
gigs.
to find.
You're
that.
gonna love it. I wish we had it for the second cup. We will pull that out.
The Cuppies are ready to join the band as well. Jeanette says she plays the cello. She says it might not work, but we can find space for her, of course. Lorianne plays flute and piccolo. I think we got it.
Surely she could do the cymbal, and I like how she put that funny face.
Connie, I can play the clarinet. I think we got it good.
Jeez.
We're
All
gonna challenge the BPO here soon.
I have there's no doubt in my mind.
Well, Nick, thank you for joining us and
Thanks,
blessing us with
Nick.
your talents here. Not only behind the scenes over here as our director, but with what you do. Do you want to take it away, maybe with like a little?
Keep rolling.
Yeah.
Well, you
Bravo,
guys
Nick.
keep practicing too.
I know, I'm on it.
Thank you, Nick.
Yes, of course.
Thanks for joining us today. And look, we didn't even ruin the desk.
That's
A little.
perfect.
I dropped a pen somewhere.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Perfect.
Nick.
See you later.
Bye.
Okay,
That was
let's
so
talk.
fun.
Wasn't that awesome?
He's so talented.
That's awesome. That's
You
really
better
good
take
stuff.
these back. I wasn't really even good with
I
them.
know,
So.
Put them away before we get in trouble and I'm writing on the desk. I want to talk Bills a little bit.
Okay, let's talk about the Bills.
Big day for the Bills. It's the cutoff for that 53-man roster, which is exciting because, of course, we're getting closer to the season. We're thinking week 1. We know who'll be on the team. But I always feel for those guys. You know what I mean? I mean, you're
Yeah.
hoping for this chance at a lifetime and joining the NFL, being on the Bills,
So,
and then, you might get cut.
My mom already last night was like, who's so cute? That Joe Andreessen. Like, that's a great
We
story,
love
and this and
Buffalo
this and this
Joe.
and this. And I go, yeah, they're calling him Buffalo Joe. She's like, I know, I heard. So everybody's already behind this guy. Everybody wants to see him on the team because he's a local.
He's a local. It's a great story. He seems like a
See?
really good kid.
Mhm.
Michaela says, I hope Andreessen makes it. But it's also, he's been good. We have the issue of Matt Milano. He's hurt. He tore his bicep a couple weeks back. So we're going to need that help. And, he's earned that spot. And a lot of people think he will end up making it.
Yeah.
Another big one is Frank Gore Jr.
Yes.
His dad obviously played for the Bills. He was there watching him, and he rushed for 100 yards. He
Mhm.
looks just like him. So
Yeah.
I think that'll give people a lot
Boy,
of
do they look
nostalgia.
just like each other. Oh my goodness.
my
I felt
gosh.
that as soon as I saw his face, because I didn't remember what his dad looked like. It's been a while since he played,
Yeah.
right? And then I saw this kid's face and I was like, oh my gosh, now I totally remember that
Fitting
player.
image.
Yeah.
His mom's probably so mad at him for coming out looking just like dad. But that'd be awesome too. I think, for the Bills, obviously you want the team to be successful, but so many of the guys on the team are really good guys and they have great stories. So
Yeah.
I think people would be really happy to see Buffalo Joe make the team and to see Frank Gore Jr. make the team.
So it's down to 53 by 4 p.m. and that's a deadline for everybody. And then we're only like a week and a half away from the season opener.
Which is so wild to think.
So the season, I was just looking up the schedule the other day. This is going to be a hard schedule for me personally, I'd like to say. Or
I think
anybody.
we're most worried about Katie out of all of this. All these guys are going to cut from the team, but really we need to worry about Katie and
But
her
let me
schedule
tell you
with the
why,
Bills.
because you guys might agree with me and it might make it a tough schedule for you. So week 1, we have a 1:00 game. Great. The next week, or later that week, because I think we have this
Thursday.
Thursday game.
Yeah.
It's an 8:15. Then the following week is a 7:30. Then the next week is an 8:20. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, out of the
You're only watching the first half.
I'm only watching the first half, Taylor. Do you know what time I go to sleep?
Like 9, right? 8:30?
I mean, I try to be in my bed like lights, nighty nights by like around 8.
Oh, you're not watching these games.
So what I'll do is I'm going to get in bed at 8 like I usually do, and I'm going to put on the Bills game, and then I am going to end up staying up way too late. But what I'm really thinking is like, so 3 out of the first 4 games, I'm hardly going to be able to watch.
I know. I always worry about them too. Like, what's that turnaround? I need a full recovery day after just a week of work. They're playing 4 quarters of football, getting beat up, and then they got to turn around. Like Connie says, 2 games in 4 days.
I
It's
know.
gonna be rough on them.
Yeah, and then let's see here. Peter says these late games. I'm planning to use PTO the next day. Mama didn't raise
Very
it.
helpful.
I know, but here's the thing. Like Ed and I have, we like to be here the next day because like we like
Well, you got to be here.
we
And you
got
got
to
to be
break down the
ready
game.
ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
Joyce says poor Katie recorded the games, but by the time she comes in, she just got to get the Spark Notes. She's
I
got
know,
to get the
I know,
quick
like,
version, read
You know what
digest.
happens too when I go to sleep, and I don't know if this ever happens to you. If I go to sleep and I'll wake up maybe around like midnight or something, like maybe I need a drink of water, excuse
Oh,
me, or I
yeah,
have to go
you
to the
have that.
bathroom. I got to check the score.
What happened? Who won?
I got to check the score. And then I'm awake thinking about, oh, I wonder how that ended. Or like, I've had it before where like, since I do go to bed so early, let's say the game starts at 8:15. Okay, so now I wake up at 10. The game's still going on,
Yep.
but it'll be a total reversal of what it was when I went to bed. And
I
I'm
know.
like, no
and
way.
you're like, no, I want to stay up.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we're getting to this point because I hate preseason football. I know that it's a part of it and they
Yeah.
have to try the guys out to see who works and who gels with the team. I wish they just did that behind closed doors. I don't care. Don't get me invested in these people if they're just going to be somewhere
hear
else
you.
next week. I cannot wait for that week 1 game against the Cardinals because then like we are back and we're
Well,
like actually at football.
And the other thing about preseason football, totally like you're saying, you've got to test everybody out. The other thing is it doesn't really matter. So
At
it's
all.
really hard to get a grasp on how the team is.
Yeah, no idea. I mean, did we even see Josh Allen play? I don't think he played once, did he?
He
Or
played a
one?
little bit, yeah. And then, but that was about it. They had him in, for a little bit, but not the last
Play
game.
the
at all.
starters and see how it goes.
Yeah.
I did my fantasy draft for one of my teams.
Okay.
I don't have any Bills on the team. I'm struggling on that front.
It's
So we'll see how the rest of it goes.
so really what I did. Okay. So, and other people were saying we need more 1:00 games. So this season we've got
There's
one,
some more. I think there's
2,
more than last
3,
year.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So in our meeting the other day, somebody said we have more 1:00 games this year than we did last year.
Yeah.
Last year, I feel like we had a lot of 4:30 games too.
There are a lot of 4:30 games.
Because those
and-
like take me right up until
yeah. We also had a Thursday and a Monday. I think we had like 2 Mondays. So we just had a lot of prime time
Yeah.
going on.
Gene, I'm with you. Like you just kind of end up falling asleep. Oh,
I can
Joyce,
never
God bless you. You're young. You can do it. Sleep the next day. Believe me, I'm not that young. I feel it. Oh
There's
my
no
gosh,
time
it's
for this. You
You
gotta
know,
be here.
Mankowski stays up. He'll do his best to really
Oh,
watch
yeah.
the game because he's super
He's
into
loyal.
it.
He's dedicated.
But
He's
Ed
got
and I
faith.
mean, we have so much reading to do the next day, and then we get here so early. It's really hard to
It's
do that. So if the Bills could really just think about that next
I
year,
know.
that's all
Well,
I'm
how
asking.
about they just beat everybody so bad within the first half that it's
That I feel comfortable
guaranteed
going to sleep.
You're comfortable going.
I've got news for you, Taylor. I've lived in Buffalo almost my whole life. I will never
Shut up.
feel comfortable going to bed without good lead. This will end this way.
You wake up, completely different story. I don't know, but how's everyone feeling going into the season? I mean, I've only lived in Buffalo for 5 years. I didn't grow up a Bills fan, but it doesn't take long for someone to live in Buffalo and become one. How
Right.
are like the lifelong Bills fans feeling going into the season? I feel like, there's been a lot of discussion. Was the window closed? Are they going to be able to make it?
I don't think
And,
so.
Well, some people say as long as Josh Allen is the leader of that team,
Yeah.
it'll be okay. And
I
there's
know.
always a Super Bowl chance.
That's how I feel. I feel like as long as he's there, there is a Super Bowl chance. I'd love to hear how some of the other lifelong Bills fans feel. I just feel like he's a great piece of the team. Like he
Okay.
really is. He seems like a pretty grounded person, which I love just in general. Like I need a person to be kind of like normal and grounded
Level-headed.
for me to really like them. And he seems just like a nice, normal guy. And, everybody is going to analyze his first game
I know.
left and right. We do it every year. And like last year, everybody was like, oh my,
Well, they lost.
yeah.
It was horrible.
Look at how last season turned out. And it really wasn't a bad season,
But we don't need
in
a
the scheme
not
of
bad
things.
season, Katie. We need a Super Bowl season. We need to take it all the way. Like I'm tired of people being let down. I just want to see it all work out.
Michaela says, I hope Josh Allen ruins Patriots fans' childhood like Tom Brady ruined most of my childhood.
That would be awesome.
Connie says, it's hard to say because we haven't played much of our starters, but we got Josh. So, yeah. And here's the thing. There's a lot of new faces. So I do get that. Like, it'll be interesting to see. And we really, while we did get to see some of the new guys like try, right, because they're trying to make the
Yeah.
roster and it's, play in different positions, like, we didn't really get to see everybody work together like a cohesive
Right.
unit like they will that first week.
Last year, I think there was a little more certainty going in. Like, okay, we know we have obviously Josh Allen. We know we have Stephon Diggs. We know we have all, Matt
Yep.
Milano. Going into it, we don't have Matt Milano. He's hurt for a little bit, right? Okay, so some questions on our defense.
Yeah.
You have,
Obviously, no Diggs is gone now.
Diggs is gone. So who is Josh going to throw the ball to? We got Keon Coleman, who we love his personality, but we've never seen the guy play a professional football game.
Yeah.
So, we got to hope that he comes through, and then he's got to have other people to throw the ball to. Is Von Miller going to come back? I feel like there's so many question marks going into the season, and I'm just like, it doesn't feel good.
Howard says he thinks it's going to be disappointing again this year. I don't think they'll do much. Sorry, just my opinion. Lived here my whole life. Many highs, no wins. But there's always, it just takes that one, Howard. Just takes that 1 year.
That's true.
Julie says, I feel the same as every year. Hopeful and ready to wait.
Until
next
next
year.
year and
Again
again
and
and
again
again
and
and
again.
again. Connie says, how do you think we all feel? I know. I can only imagine. I mean, I'm emotionally attached to a team I've only been a fan of for 5 years.
Yeah.
I can only imagine, growing up and having to deal with all of this.
Linda says, I didn't expect them to win preseason. That's the time they take to test out the newbies. Howard, they cleaned house. Nobody good left. Well, you don't know. We don't know, Howard. Like I like the Keon Coleman. We, like you said, we did all like his personality. Again, seems like a nice, kind of down to earth kid, like a cool kid. But
gotta
you're
hope
right.
that
We didn't
he-
really get to see him play.
Yeah.
But maybe he will surprise everybody. I mean, I know he's young, right? And he's relatively new, but maybe he'll be great. Got to look on the bright side.
We have to be optimistic because, it's really no fun if we're not hoping for the best. The Bills have been a good team for years now.
I'm
We're
telling
going to
you.
have fun. We're going to be good.
Yeah. And the hardest thing
Ugh.
about this team is like, even think back to some of those games last year, like what it comes down to the last play of the game. Like, that's why you just can't go to bed, even if we're winning by Bills by a billion. You can't go to
Exactly.
bed.
You never know, but there's never a doubt. Charlene says, without injuries, we should be okay. And that was a big thing from last year, too. Everyone was hurt on the defense. As great as our offense was, you can't win games without defense. You know what they say? Defense wins championships.
Yeah. Joyce says, why can't we keep the same players? I don't get it. We get used to them and then they're gone. I know.
It's
You know
a
who I'm
business
going
at
to
the
miss?
end of the day.
You guys know who I miss?
Mitch Moore?
My cousin, Mitch Morris.
He's not on the team anymore?
No,
Oh,
he's in Florida.
wow.
He's also not my cousin, but that was a joke
He's
that we
your
made
cousin.
often.
He's a good.
Not
he's
me
a-
and him.
He's a family friend.
My random friends.
But you can keep the jersey. You're good to go.
I kept the jersey, yeah, because someday if I play for the team,
yeah, Yeah, they might need you. They might call you up this year if any injuries happen, dealing with all that stuff. That is crazy that I forgot that so many people won't be there. We're gonna have to learn so many new names and faces. But at the end of the day, just like it is a business.
Howard's not wrong, you know, that we do have a lot of new people. And he says it's not so much about being nice, it's about skills and ability. Yes, I agree with that, Howard, too. But you know what? I like a good personality on top of it all.
Yeah,
That just does
you
it for
want to
me.
like the guys that you root for.
You wanna
for
like
the
him as a
most part-
person,
yeah,
too.
For the
Yeah.
most part, we do.
I will
It's
say
just
these guys,
crazy.
we've got Dan Dawkins still.
Yep.
Right? Dawson Knox.
He's a staple. Dawson Knox is good. Dalton Kincaid, the two
Dalton
of them,
Kincaid.
they're a good
Uh-huh.
pair.
Yeah.
Josh Allen leading the way. Cam
Uh-huh.
Coleman, we think is going to be a good addition.
It's nice to have guys that are like in the community, and these guys are in the community, which
Yeah.
is really cool. All right, everybody, we better get going because
Oh.
time's a ticking. We got to get back on
Here we
TV.
go.
Hey, back here tomorrow.
Back here tomorrow.
Back here tomorrow.
More special guests tomorrow.
Oh, we do have another special guest tomorrow. We won't ruin the surprise.
No.
Join us tomorrow to see.
Come hungry.
Bye, guys.